time for our weekly house call from our biz doc, Nick Bontis, and we're going to talk about something. We're going to try to make it good news. RRSP season, the countdown is on.
So it should be good news. So when you think of RRSP season, don't think of taxes, don't think of investments.
No.
Think of yourself retiring on a beautiful beach, lounging back with a nice strawberry daiquiri. Well, here's the situation. We're going to have to finance this image, right, Connie? So
we got to get there, Nick.
That's right. The important dates to remember. March 1st, that's the deadline for this year for RRSP season. It is always 60 days into the new year. So the 60th day is March 1st, and the limit this year is $22,000 or up to 18% of last year's income. So you got to scrounge up all those pennies and try to maximize your contribution. Make sure you get it in before March 1st. That's the deadline.
How does that limit compare to last year?
It's, I think, just slightly higher, but $1,000 higher. Last year it was $21,000. This year's $22,000. Next year it'll be slightly higher again. So they kind of raise it a little bit each year.
So we got a few weeks.
Yeah.
What's your best advice for some good investments?
Okay, so here is the best advice. Don't do anything by yourself. You don't need to. Seek a professional's assistance. There are so many people out there that are willing to help you, that want to help you, that have the expertise. I personally am a big fan of mutual funds. Mutual funds are basically baskets of investment goods. So you have a few income bonds and a few equities and a few cash accounts and T-bills.
You're spreading the risk, right?
Exactly. A nice little portfolio. There's a whole bunch of different mutual funds that you can purchase. You can do your research. If you've never purchased a mutual fund before in your life, you don't even know what a mutual fund is, chances are that you have a bank account. So what you're going to do is you're going to go visit your bank manager and you're going to say, I'd like to set up an appointment, please, to talk about investment opportunities for my RRSP. And the good news about this appointment is it's free of charge. You don't have to pay commissions or consulting fees or advising fees or brokerage fees. Start with your bank if you've never done this before. Ask them for some mutual fund opportunities, and then what they'll do is they'll also tell you what the minimum threshold of investment is. And in many banks across Canada right now, all you need is about $50 a month to start. And it's always the most important rule when it comes to investing: start early, start today.
You can't be too young,
That's
right?
right. That's right.
Okay, let's talk about various stages in life when it comes to the investor. First of all, if retirement's on the horizon.
So if you're close to retirement, let's say 5-10 years close to retirement, what you should be doing is looking for what are called income-bearing investment vehicles. These are typically bonds, things that have very, very stable capital value, meaning blue chip stocks, you know, the banks, utility companies. You don't want to be fooling around with any dot-com, high-flying, high-tech type of companies. You want companies that have been around for a long time, that are going to be around for a long time. Typically, these companies will pay out a dividend, so this is a percentage of income each year. They're nice and stable. Because when you only have 5 to 10 years, it's a very short investment horizon. And what you don't want to be doing is fooling around with the cash that you have in there left.
You're not sleeping at night.
That's right. Stay calm, invest in nice income-bearing vehicle accounts. If you're interested in a specific type of mutual fund family, go to your banker and ask them for what are called dividend mutual fund incomes. Dividend mutual fund income accounts. That's right. Those are the types of mutual funds that are nice and safe for people that are close to retirement.
Now, if you're earlier on in your life and career, what would you suggest?
So if you're just starting off, that's right, you take on a little bit more risk. If you're 20 years out or more, you're going to be looking for what are called growth stock mutual funds. These are the, you know, the research in motion and the Apple and the Microsoft type of companies, because they're going to grow over 20 years. Yeah, they might have a year where they may go down, but that's okay because you're in it for the long haul, so the chances are that they're going to recover.
And it only goes down on paper.
That's right. That's right. By the time you get to that retirement age and you're converting that RRSP, you will have made that capital appreciation. And for younger folk as well, there's an alternative to RRSPs. They're called TSFAs, tax savings accounts. These are also great opportunities if you've maxed out your RRSP. So don't forget, because you're investing a certain percentage of your income, you might have a pension with your company. That takes away some of that room for your RRSP. You have alternatives. The TSFA is an alternative. Another alternative, if you have young children, is an RESP. And this is the Registered Educational Saving Plan. So you and or the grandparents of the children can also contribute to help save money for those little rugrats that are going to hopefully go to university and college one day.
And you can do that on top of your RRSP.
That's correct. So that's another opportunity for you to invest your money. Most important advice, again, let me reiterate, Connie, go seek professional help. These people are there to help you. They won't charge you any your money. Better advice, Connie, go see 2 or 3 people and pick the best one that you like.
So hug a banker and love your RRSP.
That's right.
You got
Excellent
it.
advice.
All right, Nick, we'll see you next week.
Thank you.